Chag Sameach, Happy Passover. As you know, we're celebrating Pesach this week. The rabbis referred to this holiday as one of the Shalosh Regalim. That means the 3 feet. Now, why would we refer to holidays as one of the 3 feet? Well, because on Sukkot, and Passover, and Shavuot, it was the ancient custom to literally walk to Jerusalem. This was a pilgrimage festival. Well, we no longer do it that way, and many of you probably began this holiday by sitting around a table with your family or friends and retelling the story of the exodus of our ancient Israelites from Egypt. You probably also recently received the Reformed Judaism magazine that you receive as being part of a Reformed synagogue like ours, Beit Shalom. And I encourage you to look at it if you haven't, because somewhere in the middle of it, there is a terrific article by Rabbi David L from California. He's a conservative rabbi, and his article is about what we are supposed to do with these stories if we don't believe they are actually true history. He admits to not believing that the Exodus really happened, or that the people, our ancestors, crossed the Red Sea. And that's okay, because he tells us that it's a great metaphor for how we should live our lives. We should remember that even though we are free, and even though we have these wonderful ways of life living here in a free country in America, that we should also remember that there are those that don't have those freedoms, and this should urge us to live in a way where we are thankful for what we have and working to make sure others do as well. There is a great quote this week that came from the chief rabbi of England, Rabbi Lord Sachs. He says that the Haggadah, the Passover Seder, is supposed to remind us of the poetry of deed and the choreography of faith. The poetry of deed and choreography of faith. Certainly these stories are our poetry. They're poetry that lead us to deed. And they're the choreography that reminds us of our faith in God, our faith in people, our faith in a world that can yet be perfected. So as we continue to eat matzah, and as we continue to remember the story of our ancient ancestors leaving Egypt, let this be a week that leads us from poetry to deed and from choreography to faith. Chag Sameach.